if there is alpha, if there's like a project that launches and it's a free mint and it makes sense and there's like, there's conviction to be had, then have it. But like when these projects pop up, right, like that don't have a team, that don't have, like, I will say this, I think that the GoblinTown, like, the art, I think
Yes.
like the website, I think like the whole universe, I think it's actually like pretty top quality. Like, I don't think that like this is a team that just like was like, oh, we're just gonna screw, like, this is probably something that was building. There was a whole lot of like rumors. There was also, just like anything, there's a whole lot of rumors. There's a whole lot of FUD, and who knows, right? But my issue with this is like, even if this one turns out to be good, okay, fine. How many of them were bad? And the problem I think is that, Buff said this before we went live. At the end of the day, it's because like ultimately most people are driven by the dollar. No matter like how many people like say they're here for all these other things, the actuality is they're here for the money. And that's fine. But I think like people need to like sober up to the fact that like that is not what NFTs are going to be long term in like a mass market like way. So don't expect for this to continue, and don't expect for like these opportunities of putting in $200 and then making 200,000, right? Like it's just not like where we're going to be going, and so it's a bad feel. You couple it with like what happened with Azuki, right? Like you have this guy who literally comes out and says like, I literally abandoned 3 NFT projects where I've made how much of millions of dollars, right? And 48 hours later, the true degens, who are degens, right? Like they let everybody FOMO out, or jump out of it, right? Like FUD out of it, and then they pick the damn floor up from 9 and put it right back up to 19 within 2 hours, and everybody's like, "Yo, like everything's cool." And then he drops some free freaking jackets, and everybody's like, "Oh yeah, Azuki's totally legit now." Like,
Tell them,
number
bro.
one, people are fudding like the quality of like merchandise of projects that have released merchandise, that have put together events, that have actually done something in the space, and they're like, oh, Zuki's all this. Get your damn jackets in the mail first before you start talking shit. Like, this is like, think about this dude's history and think about where we're going. So like, I just think we need to stop allowing the dollar, like as many people, I had a lot of people like send DMs and they're like, yo, like you're saying, you want to jump into Azuki and you're not going to unless they get rid of Zagabond, but I'm telling you, this floor is about to pop and you're going to wish you would have bought. And at the end of the day, were they right that it popped? Yeah. Do I wish I bought? No, because I don't want to fucking support those type of habits in this space. I'm here for people like GIF, who create like fucking projects for the community, right? Who support like real artists, like Sketch Nate. We need to make sure we don't skip that video of Sketch Nate that went viral, because he's a worker. He grinds. There's people in this space who grind hard every day, man, and they get ignored. They get passed over. There are projects that are changing the world, like what we've talked about, the Players Lounge, where they paid these kids $24,000 or something a piece. 11 college kids that a year ago wouldn't have even been able to make $10 without getting in trouble got $24,000 checks off of the PFP project, but nobody talks about it. Because why? I don't fucking know, because it's not being pumped by the influencers. So I got issues with where we are at a space right now, and I want everybody to know that I'm out here like screaming Web3, like and like trying to get like brands, massive global brands, to come at it the right way, and you guys are making me look like a fool.
Yeah. Yo, Ron, first of all, thanks for the shout out. Like, it means so much. So appreciate the
I love
love,
you guys,
bro.
and it's legit. It's you guys work hard.
Yeah, man, we do, but we're also fully doxxed, and we've been building for a year and a half. And look, I agree with everything that you just said, because like I'm gonna do some stuff that people really aren't gonna like. There's gonna be a bunch of people really upset about this, but whatever, fuck it. I'm already doxxed. I don't care, and I'm here for the long term, no matter what. So I'm gonna share a
Yeah.
little bit of the dark magic behind the scenes of like what I think is going on with a lot of this, right? There's a bunch of alpha groups that exist out there that are not transparent, that are basically being pumped. Like, they have a bunch of whales that are behind them that are just pumping their own projects. And so like I think this this new project that we're talking about, Goblin Town, again, it's all speculation because they haven't doxed themselves. So we can be out here and we can speculate and we can say whatever they want until they come forward with a team. Like this is what I understand it to be. This is my best guess, right? Just to try and share, with anybody who's new and trying to get into the space and do it the right way. I think it's probably a bunch of whales, that are behind it. They obviously have the tech. They know what they're doing. They know how to manipulate markets with like FOMO. They're hyping it through all these different alpha chats that they basically control, and then when it starts to kind of peak, what I heard that they did on this one is they basically fabricated, a totally made up rumor that Yuga Labs was behind it, right? So they're literally just like fabricating and manufacturing hype behind the scenes to drive up, to pump their own bags. So again, I know like a bunch of people are going to be like, oh shit, who's this guy talking shit? But that's literally what's happening on a lot of these projects. So, to Ronan's point, this is not a sustainable way to keep building. And so if you're just in it for the money and you just want to try and make some quick bucks, I hope it works out. Like that's great for you. I take the same angle of Ronan. Like I want to see this space continue to grow and succeed. I want to see long-term value. I want to see people 5-10 years from now. And I do want to see, big brands be able to come in and actually, provide value to the community as well. And for, large investors to come in and feel comfortable. But when we keep degenning and incentivizing these types of behaviors, which is again what Ronan's talking about, it's the incentive structures. When we vote with our ETH to keep supporting undoxed teams on these types of projects, we're just incentivizing this type of behavior. There will be more undoxed teams launching more projects that that may or may not stick around and might be rugs. I understand. I also we got into this on the GM Web3 morning show. So I just want to say one last quick note on this. I understand the value of anonymity in Web3 and like crypto, but there's nuance to it. And when you are creating a project that is basically a brand, right? These large generative projects, you're sucking in thousands of people and you're then controlling a wallet with millions of dollars of their ETH. At that point, it's completely irresponsible to be supporting or continuing to throw money at undoxed teams. That's my opinion. Not everybody's going to agree. I get why you want to be anonymous sometimes. But again, if you're watching this project and you're responsible for millions of dollars of the community's money and you're not doxed, the chances that you're going to rug and just go do it again are much higher. So